I'm recording on Zoom and recording my audio.
All right, and we'll get started in like
Should I record mine?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm recording.
All right, and hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of Tawanda's Live Request. I am Tawanda. I'm joined by my co-host Nick. What up, Nick?
What's up, man?
We got our guest Maddy Smith. What up, Maddy?
What's up, guys? Happy to
Mm.
be here. Happy to be back.
Yes, exactly.
Welcome
You were,
back.
yeah, you were on the first live show. I think was it the first? It might have been. No, it was the second. It was the second one. And I had
Yeah.
to, and the problem was I was dating that girl who said the N word. I didn't know what to
Yes.
do.
I think about this almost like weekly. I end up like, should I reach out and see if they're still together?
Oh, nah.
And then I am always literally every week I'm like, was I too harsh on her? Because I remember I played Fuck You by CeeLo Green.
everyone was so harsh. Everyone was so like, all right. So that was a whole crazy thing because I remember at first I didn't think that it was that big of a deal. I was like, all right, it was the Pokemon. It was whatever. We talked about it. It was fine. But I
Right.
realized it bothered me because like I dedicated a whole podcast episode to just that.
Right.
And then so we still kind of talk. We still talk, but this is what happened. So I was still like, I like this girl. We can figure this out.
Mhm.
But then, I'm like, they're still like dating, like nothing's too serious yet. But then I was like, this other girl's supposed to go out and see, and I was like, all right, this girl's black. I can't not date a black girl. Go on a date with a black girl to date an Asian girl who just said the N word 48 hours ago. So
yeah, that seems a little unethical.
it seemed wrong, and then I went out, and it was like, it was fun. It was a super exciting date or whatever, and me and her started messing around. So I was still like casually dating again, and then eventually like me and the Asian girl just stopped seeing each other. She was actually like, hey, I'm really busy right now. And I was like, oh damn.
Yeah, she's like, I'm busy hanging out with other black guys, saying the N-word to them.
Yeah,
so.
saying that word to them, saying
Just seeing how they feel about it.
Yeah, and they get mad and it turns me on, and you didn't. So
yeah. Oh god, that was so. I moved on from that. That was a whole experience. That was fun. But now,
a slow fade.
Yeah, exactly. And that was what was that in 2020?
Was that in January? If it was in 2020, that would blow my mind.
I think it was.
But I think it was. It wasn't, or it was?
It was.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too. And we were all like, haha, New Year.
Yeah, like,
no idea. Literally no idea what was around the corner.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah. We were just inside.
We were breathing on each
other. Breathing on each other, hugging each other. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like, yeah, that was
we're all optimistic.
Yeah, this year is going to be great. And here we are now. 11 months later, just like in the house, we touched each other, like
yeah. I know. Now when people come in for a high five, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, that's just gross.
And you have to go in. It's like it's the equivalent of when guys are like, I don't get a hug.
Oh, can I get a hug? Yeah, it's like that's. Oh god, that's.
He's like, we're doing this now. Yeah, bitch. I don't want any particles.
I don't want you around me. But we've all been inside, and then we did some we did some outdoor shit. But like, this is a music podcast. What have you been listening to keep you like company?
Lots of upbeat stuff. Okay, like I've been jogging a lot, been doing a lot of top 40 hits, specifically when I'm alone in my house. I live with my boyfriend. When he leaves the house, I blast Kiss by Prince over and over and over again. When he lets me drive the car by myself, it blasts. Oh, listen to that beat.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Now I just feel sad. Like I had this whole dope Prince sweatshirt that I got like, I think beginning of the year, and I got to wear it like 3 times, and it's like I wear it in the house, but like it doesn't fucking like It's
not the same. Wearing cool clothes in the house is the saddest thing.
It's pathetic. Yo, right now I'm wearing like I was gonna wear this hoodie and this hat on a date. Like I was like, this is gonna be fucking it. Like I had this whole outfit planned in my head, and then like I think the date got postponed or whatever. To be honest, I don't think we're gonna do it because it's just like a rain check for what? A later, colder day.
I know, right?
Oh, fucking that
So
shit.
sad.
So I was like, so now
But now you're wearing it here.
I'm wearing it here.
Fresh.
It looks, yeah, thanks. Hopefully she sees the podcast and like, damn, we should have like. It's like for what?
I know.
Like, for what? It's just, I don't know. I've been dating. I don't know why I'm doing it.
Well, you gotta. I mean, on one hand, you have to give up on everything, and on the other, you have to continue with some things to kind of like keep in the routine. And you're also if you want a partner,
I mean,
you gotta.
yeah, I guess, but it's just like
you gotta keep looking.
Yeah, I remember the weekend after the Sunday night after we found out Biden was president, right? When it's like everyone was super happy, and then it all kind of we all remember like, oh, we're in a fucking quarantine. So I remember I'm out the house and it's like windy and it's cold, and I'm walking around the corner from my house, and there's like a one of those weird indoor outdoor shits that's near my apartment, and they don't have a heat lamp in there, and it's like they don't have lights in there. And I just walk by, I think it's empty. Then I see this couple sitting, like shivering, trying to have a date. And I was like, oh, this is just sad.
It's really sad. I mean, you probably should just postpone on the dating thing until the vaccine, but
yeah, you postpone until like, fuck just the vaccine, like until like you can go inside places.
Yeah.
Like,
sitting outside with someone you don't know.
Sitting outside with somebody you don't know.
Right.
Fucked up situation. Or doing a Zoom call with someone you don't know.
I've had a few of those. They end badly. No matter like even if they go good, they end bad.
Right. Yeah, you have to be like, okay, well, so we're at an hour. I can upgrade the Zoom for you. Or
it's just garbage, dog. And it's just like
such garbage.
Yeah, then it's like I've had some where it's just like, like we've like sexted or whatever. And it's just like, and I'm sitting there like, so I'm sitting there doing that shit. I'm like watching both of us. I'm like, well, we should just do porn. We should just make OnlyFans and fucking.
I know at that point you're like, oh, well, I should be charging for this.
I should be charging for this. This is fucking stupid.
Right. Let's get this on Patreon. Why am I just sexting with you for free?
Exactly.
And then you have an existential crisis right before you come.
Exactly. It's like it was fucking. It's awful.
Totally.
What are you gonna say?
Is there a text only OnlyFans?
No, that's
write it. And
no.
Oh, they should though.
They have that.
They do.
They do.
The OnlyFans shit. I've seen. There's so much that you can do with OnlyFans. Like, there's some women on there who are just like, hey, if you send me a pic of your dick, I'll tell you if it's good or not.
Tawanda just casually admitted he has been on OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, what you mean? I say that shit all the time, bro.
He's like, yeah, I've seen it all. I've never been on even the website.
I've been on OnlyFans. OnlyFans, it feels like it's so much just better than going to like a Pornhub or like an X videos or whatever. You feel like cleaner about the shit. There's no like ads everywhere. Like, what are you gonna say?
You have to pay, right? Not that that's bad. I'm not like you have to pay.
You have to pay.
Is there anything that's free on like a free? Does any of the creators make previews or anything?
Yeah, a lot of them have like free pages where it's like, hey, if you pay, you get to see more than this.
I see.
So it's not like
sense.
Right. But yeah, it's like fine. And honestly, also the thing about OnlyFans that makes it I think cleaner is just like the people who make it, I think they're like an Australian-based company or whatever. They're just like, it's not necessarily for porn. You can use it for anything, but it just became like a porno place. But like you can make like you can be like, hey, I have an OnlyFans. This is where I put like my music or whatever, and it's like you can do shit like that. But and some people on that shit are just like, hey, you can do a private chat with me for this amount of money. You can do this, you can do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, it feels ethical because you go on like a Pornhub, you just see ads like jerk off with teens. And it's just like, I don't want.
It's so, I mean, and I don't want to, I'm like a homepage gal. Like I'll just pull up the first video, but even the side, there's like anime, hentai advertisements. And then the pixelated, like click to see what's under the pixels. And it's like
or the game, the game is like
grandma's in your area.
Yeah. It's just, or they have ads for games like you'll come in 5 seconds. Like what?
I know.
Yeah. And at some point they're gonna get me with that because I'm like I need to see what the game.
I know. No.
I know.
Somebody from Vice wrote an article about like they went on a deep dive and played a bunch of those games.
Yeah.
And they were just like, they're just like regular games where they just put like It's like it'd be like a bootleg Tetris, but you see like a boob in the background or some shit like that.
All the blocks are made up of titties.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It's called Tetris.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guarantee which is witty, but I guarantee if we search Tetris right now,
I know. I'm not even. I know.
I'm doing it.
Totally.
Yo, I saw an article the other day that said that like behind Facebook and I think Google, Pornhub is like the third most influential website outlet.
Wow.
It gets that much traffic that it legit influences technology.
I do believe that they probably have billions of dollars.
Oh yeah,
it's so low budget, and I'm not even talking about like paying people. Like everything about the website is low budget. When I go on Pornhub, it's a little. I'm like, am I in high school? And is this 2008? Because that's the vibe it has. They haven't updated anything.
It does look like, it feels like a website where you would go to play Flash games back in high school.
Yeah, like board.com.
Totally. Your MySpace is on the next tab.
Yeah. Oh man, MySpace should have came back hard in 2020.
Yeah.
Like, hey, remember the fun of customizing your own page?
Right.
Because you could spend hours doing that shit. Like, I'm gonna build out a whole page.
Yeah, you pick the background, and then you're like, "Ooh, that looks fire!" But you know what else? Something else could be. And then you swap, and you take quizzes. Mm-hmm. You post the surveys.
You have music playing somewhere where no one can find it to turn it off.
Where's that music?
Yo, who had
crazy?
Either of y'all remember the song you had on your MySpace?
Mine changed like every day with my personality. I was in like an emo phase in high school.
What'd you have?
One of them was brand new. The song, "The Quiet Things That No One Ever Knows."
All right, word. Let's say that. All
right, you guys are gonna be. This is pure suburban emo. Parents just divorced.
Oh shit! Yeah, let's do that shit. The parent divorce music is the shit.
I know.
I love that. Just the angst and the pain of that.
Totally. And at the same time, you have angst because you don't have enough problems. You're like, oh, I wish they would hit me. It was a comfortable divorce.
I wish somebody would just hit me just once.
Right. Oh. Is it playing? I can't hear it.
Yeah, it is. It's playing. Let's play a little bit higher. So it's like you're on your MySpace page. You got all the shit. This is there.
Yep. Oh, listen to that. I had like the side bangs. Oh yeah. Shut up, Mom.
Yeah.
So people would come to my page and they would know she's been through it.
Yo, my MySpace was dipped out. My MySpace was crazy because I had this girl I was seeing for a while. Like she customized it and made it like she put mad work in it. She did a bunch of shit. Like I had like an animated Michael Jackson moonwalking on it. I had a bunch. It was so fly. But then she found out that like I told everybody I fucked her when I didn't.
Oh,
what?
No.
Yeah. I was like 16. You know, being stupid.
You did.
I did. I was one of those kids. I'm not proud of it, but it's like it's part of my history.
I love your honesty. Thank you.
Yeah. So fucking what happened? So I remember she finds out, and then we argue on the like she's like screaming at me on the phone. I'm like sitting there just crying watching Dave Chappelle's Block Party for the first time. So and then I wake up the next morning and go to my MySpace page, and everything is just gone. Like she logged in and just removed all her shit. And I was like, oh no.
She took all her shit and left.
She took all her shit and she took all her shit and was gone.
Wow. She's like, I'm taking my background, I'm taking my HTML coding.
Yeah, all I had was like the white square with like the like.
Right.
It was just like the 404 errors and shit. I was like, damn, I had to rebuild. I had to do the HTML. Your only friend was Tom from MySpace. That was it.
All your friends.
That was the crazy part because she went in and she DM'd like everybody that was following me like this is what he did.
Oh my god.
So I had to make a public apology and be like, yo, this is what happened. I'm really sorry.
That's crazy. You do not seem like someone who has that kind of burden. Like for me, if that happened to me when I was younger, I would be so anxious.
I mean,
very like I would never guess that about you.
I mean, shit, but like, shit gets that was the thing that happened. I was anxious about that, but that shit happened. But then, like, I remember 3 months later, it was a whole saga. This angsty shit is fucking perfect for this. After this, Nick, can you play Say Anything?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Let's go. Say Anything. Anything off Is a Real Boy. Anything off Is a Real Boy, right? Because we're getting angsty. We're gonna get angsty.
That album was wild.
Oh
me.
my God, that shit was
what?
like. This fuck wish your parents would hit you. You want to hit yourself. You want to hurt yourself. This is prime fantasy cutting yourself. Like, not actual cutting yourself. You fantasize.
No. Because I wanted to cut myself, but I was like, it hurts too much. But I was like, I would if I. But some people in the school did.
I know, yeah. No, some people I know actually. Some people actually cut themselves. I was like, wait, what?
But yeah, I was wanting to cut myself, but couldn't do it.
Yeah, you weren't brave enough.
I wasn't sad enough.
Yeah, I remember, I'm trying to say this in a way that's like sensitive and shit, because that's some real shit that happens. But I remember I've seen people like on Instagram or whatever, like they have tattoos covering their scars. Yeah. And those tattoos look fucking amazing. Like somebody had like a tiger over their cutting scars, and now the tiger looked like it had been through some shit. And I was like, God damn, you are so much stronger than me.
Totally. But I couldn't even get one cut in.
They couldn't. But all right. So with this girl, I'm not gonna say her name because she's probably gonna see this. Actually, fuck it. Her name was Lori. My friends to this day are still just like remember that Lori shit. We don't talk about anyway. So. A couple months later, right? This is like somewhere between junior year and senior year. All right. I come back to school. Like I took this L super bad, and I had to come back to school. Ready for whatever. But luckily, the gods in the sky knew that, like, all right, it's gonna be a hard time. So at that time, my beard finally like connected.
Oh, okay. Pros and cons.
Yeah, so pros and cons. My beard connected, and my parents had the savings account for me that they started when I was in, I think, freshman year, that I got access to when I was 18. So I came back to school with like $900, a beard that connected, and I just had to bounce back so hard. Mm-hmm. Oh, and I got a pair of glasses. I got my first transition lenses. You couldn't tell me shit. I had the transition joints. I was fucking. I thought I was that nigga. Ask my homie Fa. Fa would be like, you thought you were so cool. And hold up.
Right.
Wait, where's my fucking phone at?
That's great. You're like, you know what? When I go outside, I don't have to put sunglasses on. I save time.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't even outside. What I used to do was like I would fucking I would literally like stop by a window to like put my glasses towards the window, put my glasses back on, walk around the school with sunglasses on. I thought I was so fucking cool.
Oh, dude, I'm feeling intimidated right now.
Yeah, I went dumb. I went stupid hard. Like I would do shit. Like I started making custom T-shirts with like slogans and stuff on it. I was just like. I had to just up myself.
Oh my God, you were the T-shirt guy? There's always one in every high school, and all the cool people wear the T-shirts. Wow.
I was a T-shirt guy because I had to, but I have to call my friend Fa right now to fucking.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'm so excited.
Oh!
You knew.
Wow, you bitch ass nigga. He's on the other
line with Lori.
He's on the line with Lori. You hear this shit? Oh, speaking of Lori. So this happens this all happened like August. Flash to like October, November. She's talking to me again. Like she hits up on AIM. I'm just like, what's up? And she's like, hey. And I'm like, yeah. So we're talking in the background, and she's still like, she's doing that thing where she's like, I'm mad about what happened, but I still want to talk to you. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then one day she's just like, just so you know, sex is overrated. And I was like, what? She's like, I lost my virginity last night, and I was devastated.
You were devastated, or is that her talking? That's you.
No,
that's you.
No, that's me. I was like,
you were. Oh wow, yeah.
Yo, play Cupid's Chokehold by Gym Class. Play Paper Cuts by Gym Class.
Yeah.
No, not
Gym Class Heroes was a vibe too.
That was my whole energy. So
that's a band I have not thought about in 15 years.
At this time they were my favorite band because now Lori said this, and I was like heartbroken, but we were still talking. And then one day she calls me on the phone, and she's just like, "Yeah, you know, like if you just didn't say anything or didn't tell your friends anything, we would have had like." She's just like, I want to say, it's not gaslighting, but it's like, what's that thing?
Not gaslighting, but it's kind of like, just like manipulate, like mental revenge, I guess.
Yeah, mental revenge. She's just like, I would have had. She was like, honestly,
yeah,
we would have had sex eventually if you just waited.
Right.
Or she said, she was like, if you were just like a little bit more aggressive on this day, it would have happened.
I'm
just like,
yeah.
Why are you telling me this now?
I know.
That's why paper cuts was so fucking crucial. Right here. Yes. I used to love this was my band, and then I went to.
Did her saying that make you more aggressive ultimately with other people? No.
Nah, because it was just like, it was one of those things where I was just like, I didn't know what she meant. Like aggressive, like how? I understand like even to this day, like I've been on, like to this day I've been on dates or whatever where a girl is like, why didn't, like I can see on her face like, why didn't you try to kiss me? Because like I didn't get the signs that I needed to see to know the.
I would argue that telling people you had sex with someone who you didn't have sex with is pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
So she's in the wrong, in my opinion.
That's daring. What you mean? Oh man,
that's what you should have said there. I did what I was supposed to.
Yeah, and shout out to So that was a whole. All right, what was your like embarrassing high school moment? If you want to get into it.
Oh, let me think about that for a second. The most embarrassing thing for me in high school was I dated a guy freshman and sophomore year who I liked more than he liked me, and everyone knew it. Oh. And it haunts me to this day. And everyone knew, like, Eric doesn't like Maddy, and now he's using her for hand jobs. No.
He liked hand jobs more than you? The fuck? All right, now that I know,
I think about this every day, how it was so sad that I your first boyfriend, you're emo, you're a child of divorce, you're like, finally someone likes me. And he acted like he liked me for a month, and then I had just held on for over a year. And he literally like never texted me back. His AIM profile started with "I love you, Maddy" with like 64 font, and it went down to smaller font, and then
you should have got smaller.
He adjusted a font. Oh no. Oh shit. He brought Microsoft Word into this.
He brought Microsoft Word in. He brought that fucking paperclip in. The paperclip said, "Take those exclamation points out." For like 6 months.
Oh my god.
And then like, I know, I've never said that out loud. And then the exclamation points went, and then to until there was nothing in his profile. It wasn't even mentioned. And then I think I threw a Hail Mary of doing the first hand job for him. And then after, he's not gonna, a 15-year-old's not gonna leave a girl who's giving him hand jobs. Yeah. So I just stuck around, hoping that at some point he would act like he liked me.
Oh man!
Oh, that's
this was too sad. I think. I'm so sorry.
What you mean? What you mean? That's not. No, that's fine. That's fine. It's like also what I learned about like saying shit like that just out loud, and I don't know, it's just out loud, or even like in the public space is kind of like that the power it has over you.
It's so crazy. I'm like 28, and I still think of I get red when I think about it because I'm so embarrassed. I wasted my time with this guy. Who doesn't even remember me probably.
I have a thing for that. That's what I started doing. Yo, Nick, can you play? We're gonna keep doing this. Can you play Fall Out Boy? I think the song's Arms Race.
I saw Fall Out Boy live at the HSBC Arena in Buffalo.
Oh wow, shit.
Not to brag, yep.
I was supposed to see Gym Class Heroes live, but then I got there too late, and the girl I was going with sold my ticket because the guy really wanted it. And instead, I met Travis McCoy outside.
What?
That's cool.
Yeah, I met him outside, and then like I called the girl, like, I'm with Travis right now, and I gave him the phone, and he was just like, "Why'd you sell his ticket?"
Yeah.
And at
Wow.
that point, and what happened, and before I get to this next point, is just like I remember even that was like the first time where I realized the thing I really like to do. I don't know why I like it, but it's just like if I know somebody's a fan of somebody, and I know that person, I like to be like, "Oh, let me just can you talk to him real quick?" I'm that guy. Like if I'm
Yeah.
like good friend, but yo, can you do me a favor and just like show this person love because they'd appreciate that so much. And
Totally.
I thought it'd get me laid, but it never does. It's just like, oh wow, you're cool for that.
Yeah.
But I digress. This is what I was gonna say though, is saying things out loud like that, right? Embarrassing moments and shit like that. I go through every day. I just think about, remember this time this happened? Remember the time you cried in front of your crush in the 8th grade? And she was like, stop crying, it's not that bad. And I think about that shit. And I was just like,
Right.
at this point now, these are memories and shit, right?
Right.
And these memories, as long as they don't have like a physical attachment to me, they can't hurt me.
Yeah.
So
They can't hurt you.
they can't hurt me. It's just like it's a memory. It's the thing that happened, and no matter what I do, it's not gonna not happen. It's not gonna not have happened. I live my life without it. I don't live my life with that burden on me all the time. So let me just ignore it and just push it away.
Yeah. Totally. It's weird how you get older and you're like, oh, you're still thinking about that? It was 12 years ago. Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Or even more than that. And you're just like, and then when you talk about it with other people, you're like, oh, we all had the same weirdo experiences.
Yeah, we all had weird, awkward shit happen. We all got rejection. We're fucking comedians, bro. Like we're all crazy. We all secretly deep down desire approval for whatever reason.
Yeah.
We're not healthy people.
That reminds me of I'm watching the show Industry on HBO.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, it's wild. But all these new college grads are working their first 9-to-5 job, and they all fuck up in different ways. They all make mistakes without telling their boss. They all are DMing people on the work chat, and it shows up like their boss is gonna be, and you're like, oh shit, everyone makes the same mistakes when they first start working, and maybe I should stop carrying mine with me. Because I have memories of like my boss being like, you're on the internet all the time. And I still carry that with me. I'm like, I'm a failure, even though we all did the same shit when we first started.
Exactly. We all do the same shit. Like I've been fired from every job I've had.
I don't know if everyone can say that, but
I can say that. I've been fired so many times.
I always start strong, and then 6 months in, they're like, "What's going on here? You were so great at the beginning."
Yes, that's me too. Like, hey, like during the interview, you were fucking great. What happened? I'm just like, don't.
Do y'all think it's just like you can't care about that thing because you have something else that you care about so much more? So it's like, I can't get into this.
Literally, when I was working at a 9-to-5. Doing comedy at night, they would yell at me. I'm like, okay, let's go. Come on. I got to get out at 5. I got an open mic at 5:30. So I can't care.
I can't give a shit. And it's just like,
yeah.
And I think about this to this day where it's just like, I think about this. And this is what haunts me now. And this might like, it's just, I've worked jobs where I'm like, I see the manager or assistant or somebody, the person above me. I'm like, you really give a shit about this.
You really give a shit.
I used to see that in retail, like, wow, this is, you care about this store's numbers, like you think about this place when you leave here.
Dude, my only retail job was Party City, and I couldn't like bring myself to, I got fired obviously because I could not bring myself how could you care
about Mardi Gras year round, like I'm supposed to give a fuck.
Baby showers, and they're like, you didn't recover this aisle appropriately. I'm like, it's Party City. What do you want me to do? I had more attachment to a pizzeria than Party City. That's like next level.
I worked at a Best Buy.
I
worked at a Best Buy during Black Friday or whatever, right? Which was which actually Black Friday, that shit wasn't bad. Black Friday itself was fine. The bad part was all right, Nick, can you play any song off My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy? Because this is like around this. This is around this. I legit got this job just so I could buy this CD for cheap. That's the only I wanted, because I was like, I wanted a job to, like, just get a little bit of money so I could buy the CD, because I don't want to bootleg it. It's like $20, but I'm still like, I want to get it.
Right.
As I remember, I got the CD, I got the super dope sound system. It was dope. But anyway, it was like, so before Black Friday, like, all right, we're gonna have this meeting at 6 a.m. like a week before, and we're gonna practice the customer routes and how you talk to each customer. And it's 6 in the morning, right? And this dude, like the store manager, walks out, and I heard after the fact that he was on coke. But he was like, it's like, all right, guys, we're ready to do this. You guys ready? Like, all right. And then we're sitting there doing these fake routes, like walking through the aisles and shit. Everyone was like, and I see the manager of my department of computers and shit just getting so mad at people for not. I'm like, we're fucking. I'm like, dog, we were selling cheap. I remember he's getting mad because we're not rotating around this one section well, and the section was selling like these iPod speakers that were like $30 regular. But we're selling them for 20. But they're on sale for 25. I noticed they were. I noticed they were under. I noticed they were under like a shelf, and I just put them out to make them look nice. And now this dude is screaming because people aren't rotating around that well enough. I'm like, dog, this doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
Why do you care about this?
I know it always blew my mind at Party City too. But how can you tell someone, why do you care about this? I had to work at Party City in the Halloween season, and that shit was fucked up. There was like Saturdays where it would be crowded, like people would be like on top of each other being like, can I get F24, the banana? And I'm like, we're out of bananas. We have hot dogs and we have ketchup left. That's it. And people would be freaking out, women coming in, trying their slutty outfits on, being like, does it look good? Absolutely horrendous. And then they just put it back and people would buy the costume that the woman already tried on with the fucking thing right up her vagina. It was crazy. I'm so sorry for saying that. But
what you mean? What the fuck? We're talking about hand jobs and lying about having sex. You can
I know.
Don't worry about that.
It's just nightmarish. Those Black Fridays, the Halloween season at parties.
I worked at an American Eagle, right? And I remember the exact moment they were gonna fire me. I remember it like it was yesterday. Because here's the thing. If anybody knows been fired before you get fired, there's like a week, the week before you get fired, they know they're gonna fire you.
Yes.
Then there's a realization that we gotta get rid of this person. But we're working, and you're like, all right, guys, you have this sale. It was like 10 pairs of panties for $30 or whatever. And I have the radio on, right? You have to wear the walkie-talkie shit.
Yeah.
And I say on the radio to everybody, hey, who needs 10 pair? Why does this matter? And the store manager was like, this is a great deal. And she breaks it down. This is a really good. I'm looking at her like,
it actually is.
It is. I mean, it is. But I'm just like, this is stupid.
Yeah. I'm
like, I used to open like, yo, this is fucking dumb. Like, I remember I worked at a job. I had to do I worked at a place that basically was like, it was like a call center, but I was working like doing like the filing and shit. And I was on the computer. I looked at a PS3 on eBay, and the floor manager was like, hey, bro, look over my shoulder, like, dude, what are you doing? I'm like, it's fucking 5 and it's 5 at night. I'm on this shit for a fucking why does this matter to you? Is this what your life is? This is your whole life.
I know, dude. Those managers breathe down your neck. They're like, can you look a little busier? I'm like, no one's here. I cannot pretend to shift things around anymore.
The problem with the retail industry is like a lot of jobs, it's all based on fear. It's like, I have you doing this so my boss doesn't yell at me. He's doing it because his boss doesn't.
But that's the thing. Totally. What I used to respect though, and I had to my last manager, right? My last manager and my last job. Shout out to Holla. I fuck with she fired me, but like I fuck with her. I fuck with if you watch this, I fuck with you. Because I remember she used to be like, yo, all right. We used to have our one-on-ones or whatever, and she'd be like, hey, yo, look, I just need this done because if this because basically I'm getting she'd be like, she'd make empathize. I was like, yo, they're at me right now. So that's why I'm at you. I'm like, I will work for that. Like, I'm not gonna work for the company, but I'll work for you. Like, I care about. I don't want you to get in trouble. Like, I'll get fired. It's fine. I don't want you to get fired for me.
Right.
So I appreciate that shit. But man, there's some days I just old jobs. I'm like, yo, suck my dick, dog.
Literally.
I used to work in the billing department of the Worcester newspaper, and it was horrible. It's just like I would go through spreadsheets and just like a lot of data entry. And one day I I left and went to the mall for like 2 hours. And then like we're calling, like they called my mom. I had this job in high school. They called my mom, like, we don't know, we haven't seen him, we don't know where he is, blah blah blah. So I lied and told him, I was like, oh, I went to the mall for lunch, but there was a fire truck blocking it, so I had to walk around. It took me an extra hour.
You had to walk around a fire truck.
It's one of the big fire trucks.
It was a mile long.
They had the ladder all the way out.
The ladder was all the way out. It was so crazy. But oh my god,
That's wild. Did you get fired, Nick?
No, they kept me.
Well, you got your mom covering.
I lied to her too. I was like, "Oh, this is fire truck." Blah, blah.
Yeah, but fuck is like actually in reality, that's not what happened. I just did.
Sometimes, right? Sometimes you're at a job and you're like, if I don't leave now for a while, I'm gonna burn the place down.
Yeah, exactly. If I don't leave right now, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something I regret. I don't want to be around you. I am shaking. I am furious. I'm furious that this is our lives, and you have to watch the manager's manager or whatever walk around like this is my kingdom. Right. Yes, and they're like talking to you like you should be honored they know your name, and it's like, yo, like who are you, bro?
Who are you?
The manager there, she used to she had dentures on the top, and she used to play with them in her mouth and like flip them around. So she's on her computer and you just hear
absolutely disgusting. So gross. The craziest thing about jobs early on is like your coworkers are just like 40-year-olds, and you're like friends with these people.
Yeah, they're just depressing you. Like, oh, I've been working. Like, how old are you? You're 24.
Yeah,
I've been working here for 24 years. And it's like, oh,
right.
Why do we have the same job right now?
Why do we have the same cubicle?
I know. And they get really into like if there's changes at the office, they're like, oh, I don't like this new system, and they get very involved. And you're just like, I don't care. But they take everything really huffity puffity, and it's hard for them to transition.
Yeah, but like some people, I don't know. Some people I know, it's just like some people I know, they still have like their first real job. They still work there.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm just
most people though have bounced.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to. You're definitely supposed to fucking get the fuck out of there.
I think it's the millennial mindset is 2 years and done.
Yeah, that's how long I last. 2 years, maybe. And my longest job was like 2.5 years.
Yeah,
and they almost fired me They almost fired me once, and I had to tell them in the the probationary conversation with two people that I thought I was cool with, not niggas friends with. I was like, yeah, because they were worried. They're like, we see you going down to New York and like you talking about this MTV thing, and I'm just like, yeah, well, like they rejected my pilot, so don't worry about that. I'm like, oh, okay, that's good. And I'm just like,
oh, in that case, let's take a look at these memos.
They're like, oh, well, thank God. And I'm like, you pieces of shit.
Yeah, just like I have a dream and it didn't work out.
Y'all
just cool.
You're like great. I used to be like, because I used to hide that I did stand up, and then I started telling people I did stand up, and then like I noticed that like I'd get support, but then the support was always like in a place like, you're not gonna make this. This isn't gonna work out for you,
dude. I always hid doing stand up, and then there was one job I had right before Wild 'N Out, and it was like a really quick 2-month stint, and this was the first time I ever told people at the start, I do stand up and I'm a writer. And she was like, I'm a writer too. That's great. We'll get along. And then when I told her I have to leave because I got a job in comedy, she was like, well, how serious is this job? Because, we really need you here. And I was like, oh, okay. So you don't actually support, but they act like they support until you have to go on and actually achieve your dreams.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. I remember at my like it was crazy though. At my last couple of jobs, I had people that worked there that were younger than me at this point. Cause I was like, I realized like, fuck. Cause I was like, oh, I'm the young guy. And I was like, I'm in my 30s. Everyone's in there like their 20s or whatever. And they support the shit out you. If you have worked with somebody younger than you, they support the fuck out your dream.
Oh yeah.
They'd be like, why do you even work here, man? I see you out. And it's like,
right.
Or they'll say to you like, oh man, I saw your story last night. You were out at 3 a.m. I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up.
Literally, dude. I know those young people will really out you. They always say the wrong thing.
They say the wrong thing, but they will support you to. They have people that I used to work with 3-4 years ago, still like on my Instagram, being like, "Oh, bro, this is dope." People your age or older, they're just like, "You have a dream?" Like, ooh.
I know. They're like, "You're a child, and what you say isn't really professional." So I can't really share your stuff.
Yeah, they low key resent the fact that like you care about, you have something else in your life besides this. Like you're not like living like, oh, you're going to this job and you go home and watch some shitty show. Like you go home and you watch Queen's Gambit and you're telling everybody like, oh, did you watch Queen's Gambit? Then in the Slack channel somebody spoils it, like, oh, you piece of, why'd you spoil it?
Dude, what the It's so true.
There's one person at the job who spoils every show, so everyone's avoiding them because like, and so now it's like that's happening. Then somebody gets engaged, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" Right. And then somebody like, and then that's the job. Like we're like a family. Then somebody gets fired, and they're never spoken of ever again.
Right.
That's so true.
It's so true.
When you first start, everyone always has a story about the guy who used to work there before that fucked up and how bad he was, and it's like, I'm gonna be that guy, so you probably shouldn't tell me any of that stuff.
Yo, that's why.
Wait 1 second. Give it a month.
Yep.
Bro, my last shit, bro. I would I would still pop up. I remember like I got fired, and I would still pop. I'd still come by like once in a while. Every time I came by, I made it very clear to new employees, like, "Yo, what's up? I'm Tawanda. I got fired. That girl's a racist." That's the point. I go, that girl's racist. Then I would just leave.
Dude, that's great. That's a great strategy, actually.
Because I was half fucking around, but it's also because like I was like at my last job, I was beloved by, like, I realized some people really like me, some people really did not like me, but some people really like me. So it's just I can come back to this day and just be like, "Oh, what's up?" But I'd always come in. And I remember like the last time I was there, because I used to talk, not like professional, but I wouldn't talk this raw as I talk now. But then like I came in, they had like a whole seminar thing. I crashed the shit because it's on race, and I started talking. And I was just like, it's just that, like, basically the problem with this shit is that y'all don't treat niggas with respect, and that's what's fucked up. And I'm sitting there just saying like, you nigga, I was like, and this is why white supremacy makes me fucking sick. I'm just talking like out the hip. And one of my old coworkers is sitting there trying so hard not to laugh because people are just shocked. Like, I didn't know Tawanda to talk like that.
Yeah.
And that was fun. So I might, if the quarantine didn't happen, I'd probably be there like stealing some shit.
Well, let's thank God for the quarantine.
Shout out to the job I used to work at. I said you already, but like, thank you for all the stuff I used to take, all the stuff I used to give people.
Yep.
That's really shout out to that old job.
Shout out to the old job. I used to know. Actually, no. Nick was there. Remember, when Nick was at my first month party, we smoked. It was me, him, and Sam J. We smoked a blunt on the roof in front of
co-workers.
No, that was
in the presence of his
in the presence of HR.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Because I was sitting there and Sam just casually put up and she lit it and was talking. I'm just like, yeah. And my HR person like, don't worry about it. And I was like, I bet. And I was like,
wow.
This is. Oh man.
Well, what kind of job was it? What was the job?
It was customer service. What I learned, this is a hack I learned, is like, if you're working at a startup, every startup needs a cool black guy.
Actually, true. They love pretending they're diverse.
They love pretending they're diverse, and they need a cool black guy who will say things that's like that. They'll say regular shit in like a cool way, and you can like, and once if you put in the words like, yeah, what I mean, it's like this DEI shit is fucking crazy. Like, oh, so it's like you're making this shit sound cool. You just gotta be cool and like be loyal, but then it's like, after that, you can kind of just have free reign, do whatever you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like I was running meetings in do-rags, being like, yeah, I had a do-rag on. This is my meeting, as you can see. It's just talking wild shit.
Totally. They're
That
like,
was the cool
I
black
love
guy.
that style. We should get do-rags as company merch.
I used to say that. I used to say that all the time. I used to say that.
Tawanda, would that be cool?
I used to say that shit. I used to say that shit all the time. Hold up. Let me call my old somebody has to pick up the fucking phone. All right,
Someone has to pick up.
What's another song that like play Pick Up the Phone by Travis Scott? Come on, bro. Oh, you bitch ass nigga. One time I was at work and I almost said that. I said it. We did an escape room, right? And I almost screamed, "Y'all some bitch ass nigga." I was like, instead I was just like, "Yo, y'all some bad people."
It doesn't have
Very
the same,
close.
Doesn't have the same feel to it.
One of my coworkers knew exactly where I was gonna go, and he laughed so hard. He knew exactly what I was gonna say. He started dying. It was a white dude, but he was like, "I knew what you were gonna say."
Yeah.
So we'd see each other. He's like, "Tawanda, that guy's a bad person." I'm just like, "You get it?" Oh, no one took up the fucking phone. So
it is Saturday at 4 p.m.
Yeah, what do y'all have to fucking do?
People are doing stuff.
What are they doing?
I feel like people are like, they're probably like checked out, or they're watching TV with their booze.
Building up the strength to cut themselves finally.
Yeah, put on that Say Anything.
Yeah, that's anything. Do you still have friends that aren't in stand up and aren't in stand up at all? Do you still talk to people that like don't do this shit?
A little. They've definitely fallen off over the years. I made the mistake of inviting a lot of people to my first few shows, and they do not talk to me. And in their head, they probably think she's not good at stand-up, and I regret everything, all those decisions. But I have a few friends, not really in the city, though.
Yeah.
It's more like long-distance high school friends. Everyone's kind of lost right now.
Yeah.
I'm 28, so all my friends are very like, oh, the post-grad hype is off, and we're all realizing life kind of sucks.
Yeah, they low key are jealous of you right now, being like, damn, Natty had it figured out.
Dude, I literally think Key. I literally I meant to say literally Key. I meant to say literally Key, and then I said literally think Key.
Yeah, I was so fucking. I literally think Key. I like that.
I mixed up my word. I literally think Key. One of my friends graduated physical therapy school, and while she was in, which is $200,000 of debt easily.
Yeah, easily.
And while she was in PT school, I was working on my career. And the year after she graduated, I'm not working like a 9 to 5. I'm kind of just working off comedy. And she's like, I can't do a 9 to 5. I want to do something creative like you. And it's like, bitch, I've been doing this for 5 years. Like, but they all just see the end result, and they're like, oh, how do I do that? And now she has all this debt.
Where do I sign up? Where do I sign up this career in comedy?
Oh, it's
she's like, I took an art class at a community college, and I'm like, you're not gonna make money from that.
Yo, I support.
How do you tell someone that?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I support my friends regardless, but they'd be like, yeah, man, it's just like I gotta like I gotta do something different because I can't keep doing this. And it's like, okay, like you like Tawanda, you did it right, and I'm like,
right.
I slept on a couch under a green screen next to a woman's shelter for 3 weeks.
If I had to restart comedy right now, I would not be able to do it.
No, fuck
I don't
that.
think. There was some sort of blind confidence when I started that I do not have anymore. There was a grinding mentality that I'm very comfortable now. I would not be able to do that again.
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit. Like the amount of fucking dates I brought to open mics, being like, and they're just like, we're never seeing each other ever again.
I know. So
to have that, this is ruining relationships.
Yeah.
Spending tons of money on like getting fat, like just eating like shit, eating like dog shit.
Yeah.
Like hair getting like you're just fucking frazzled. You can't have regular conversations. You can't have regular conversations anymore because you're talking to people.
Yeah.
And now your sense of humor is way too fucking dark for regular combo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now I don't even laugh anymore. I talk to Rick. I'm not even funny like in conversation.
No.
I forgot that I was supposed to be. And I'm like, you talk, you go.
Yeah, because like
hard.
They're looking at you like, oh, you're a comic, like, huh? And it's just like, you don't want to hear the shit that actually makes me laugh.
Right.
You don't want to hear. what kid fucking mentality I have.
Yes.
My sick brain.
Like I was on a Zoom call. I was on a Zoom call, right? And like I was talking to my high school friends. This is a few months back. And we're talking, and they're just like, "Wow, Tawanda, you've done so much in quarantine. Like, how?" And I was like, "Well, when you're running from the fact that your ex just died, you'll fucking do some shit." And they're just like, "Oh my god, this." I was like, I mean, it's fine. Like, you guys didn't kill her. It was like, oh, and I'm just like, oh my god, I am ruining their night with my just dark sense.
Right. Totally. I also feel like when people say stuff like, "Wow, you're doing so much during quarantine," you're also trying to just like keep the wheels going of a career that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
And you're just like, "Oh, I'm just trying to stay afloat. I'm not doing a lot. You just still have your job and we don't."
Yeah, we don't have. I have nothing. Right. I woke up this morning and I was just like, damn, I have nothing. But you're fucking you're expressing yourself. Like that doesn't pay for shit. I can't pay my fucking rent with Instagram likes, bro. That's not how this works.
You can't. People think you can just like do any sort of project and it'll make money, but you have to get millions of Instagram followers before you can make money, and podcast listeners. Everything is so fucking hard.
Everything's
TikTok.
So hard. TikTok. I don't even know how to. I don't know how to do TikTok at all. Like I
don't know. Some people pop off right away, and then I'm like, and then I'll forget about the app for 2 weeks. I don't know. I don't think I'm Gen Z enough for it.
Not Gen Z.
I was gonna say I feel like I've reached the age where I'm not gonna get any more new stuff. Like TikTok, I think it was the point where I can't.
Yeah.
Don't go on without me. I'm not gonna make it.
You guys go on, keep progressing society. I'm gonna stay here with what I know.
Yep.
Somebody's gonna get
more features to Instagram. I'll be good.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna get famous off of Clubhouse. Have you heard of Clubhouse?
Yes, only because of the Kevin Hart thing last week.
That shit was great.
Which was no fucks given. Am I right?
Yeah. I have a lot of thoughts. I don't want to get. I don't want to.
Yes, I know he's an avid listener, so we don't have
avid listener. No. Also, Kevin Hart did. I remember way back in the day. I remember I just got fired from a restaurant, and a week later, I'm in my crib, just like sad. I just got fired, bombed at a black show, which is always the worst thing in the world. So I was like super depressed.
Yeah.
The next day, I'm in my crib on Twitter, and Kevin Hart was like, "Hey guys, I'm coming to I'm coming to Massachusetts. And whoever sends me the funniest tweet is gonna get free tickets to my show." And I tweeted at him like 20 times, and he gave me free tickets to his show, and that was really affirming.
Oh.
Like I got there, I got to the spot in Cape Cod, and I was like, "Hey, Kevin Hart left me some tickets." "Oh yeah, here, of course." And I was just like, "All right." No matter in my mind, that shit affirmed me so much. So it's like I can't. I like laughing at him, but it's just like I can't hate on him too hard. But I will say, with that said, that is like he is objectively one of the funniest people just to exist. Just how he thinks, and like you watch him from a distance, not like watching his stand up, but watching him like from a distance. If it was a movie and that was the main character and they just acted like that, it'd be fucking hilarious.
Right. If you think of what he did on the Clubhouse as a character, that's pretty funny.
Or like his documentary. I think that this documentary was the funniest fucking thing.
Yeah.
This documentary is being like, he's like, "I don't know the problem with people saying," like after that the homophobic shit he said came out, and he was like, "I already apologized. What's the big deal?" And his whole PR team was like, "Kev, we're all gay." And he's just like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's no big deal. I didn't know."
It's almost like a Larry David type.
Yeah, it is. It's legit Larry David levels of just fucking hilarious. Like, and then watching this special and him like being like, "No fucks given," but see, I really give. But please don't cancel it, because if you cancel, I'm gonna lose more money.
Wow.
So it's just like,
if you replace Kevin Hart with Larry David, this shit makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Totally.
Fucks? Why? Why would I give a fuck?
Let's call it no fucks given to let them know I don't give a fuck.
Oh, it is
like better way.
Just give him like JB Smooth next to him, just to break it down.
See, Larry, that's the thing. You gotta give no fucks. When they give you fucks, you got no fucks to give, Larry. That's what you gotta do. The more fucks you have to give, the more they can give you. You want shit or fucks?
You want to keep your fucks.
You want to keep the fucks and get the shits.
Oh my god, yo, he's so funny. He is literally so funny, bro. But like, I got into an argument last week because I was breaking down as a person. They're like, yeah, but he's a bad person. I'm like, well, obviously, I'm saying that. It's just like he's funnier as a bad person.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is probably more of an on-brand route for him to do the no fucks given than to come back and be like, I learned from my mistakes and try to do that. And then it's like, just keep being you, please.
I want him to be like, I realized I'm like, my favorite thing he ever said was just like, I cheated on my wife and I don't feel bad about it. And here's why. And I was like, let's go. I want that. I like that kind of comedy in general. I realized the other day, I was like, this is the dumbest shit. But I came to realize, I was like, wait, my sense of humor isn't profitable. Like the shit that I like isn't necessarily good. People act like that. Things I think are hacky and trash. Those people think the thing I like are fucking terrible because they don't want to see that at all. Like I was like, I'd love to see a special where somebody's like, oh, I'm a piece of shit, or a woman doing a special where he's like, oh, let me tell you about my sexual assault. I love that shit. People don't want to see that. Some people don't want to see that shit at all.
You don't think so?
Some people, yeah, of course, they're like, I don't want to see that. Like, I think it's so dope to see like people being honest and open and vulnerable and be like, I'm a bad guy. I am a bad human being. Like I watched Fleabag. I fucking love that shit.
Mm-hmm. Fleabag's really good. That was Louis' whole brand before he went down.
Yeah, and that was.
But he wasn't telling the truth.
He wasn't telling the truth. Like I actually, like if he said like, yeah, I jerk off from the. If he said that to begin with, we probably would have been like, I don't know about that shit. But like he was lying. Right. He was lying. He wasn't telling the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. No one really ventures into that anymore. It is very, even if your persona on stage is like, I'm a bad person, you're probably hiding stuff.
Yeah. I also think it's because like that, because if you do like hacky, everything is okay comedy, the people who like bad shit aren't gonna seek you out and shame you for being a hack like that. We might say like, you know, behind closed doors, he's fucking hack. But if you say shit that could be like offensive or whatever, the people that you are offending will seek you out and shame you for offending.
Dude, it's a really, really hard. And it feels like you have to pick at some point, are you gonna be the bad or the hacky good? Mm-hmm. There is good that's safe, but it's less, I don't know. It feels like every special that comes out now is like, here's the problem with this joke.
Yeah, because I think that's a whole thing at this point. I think it's like, I want to call it cancel culture in the sense of like people are getting canceled and losing. Like, no, I think it's cancel culture in the sense of like people are analyzing everything around them, right? Right. And some people actually, this is the first, like being online and Twitter and shit like that. This is the first time they've ever had like a voice. Because they live in a small town, or they might be in a group that nobody gives credo to or whatever. And now for the first time, they can say, yo, I don't like how I'm being portrayed. And they have power, they have a voice. So now I think when you have that new power, you want to like keep seeking it out. But what makes it worse is some people are just like, I am mad on that person's behalf.
Right.
Like
which is like, what the fuck? I don't mean to interrupt, but I saw a woman on Twitter posted, I just ran a mile under 10 minutes. I used to be 360 pounds. Did you see that? And then, and she's like, and now I can finally run a mile under 10 minutes. And people were like, what amazing. And one woman shared this and said, the body negativity in this and the fat phobia in this post is alarming. Because her own, and the woman who said that it was alarming wasn't even fat. So she's trying to speak on behalf of fat people. Mm-hmm. And the woman who ran used to be like, what are we doing? You're calling someone fat phobic for losing weight and running a mile under 10 minutes?
I saw that and I was like, it's either a troll or it's just like, this is a young person who has a lot of anger.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And this is where I started realizing I'm getting older. Like I'm 32, and I was just like, I feel like you know how you have like 18 you can smoke, 21 you can drink. I feel it should be like there should be like an age restriction on the big words you can use.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say on social media use.
Not, oh yeah, that too. But I feel like you should be like you shouldn't be allowed to say the word appalled until you're like 25. Like, what are you?
Right.
Like,
I think you shouldn't be able to say it until you get off your parents' health insurance, and you have to. And if you don't have any debt, you're not allowed to say it either.
Yeah, you can't. If you don't, yeah, I think that, and it's like that's when you start realizing like. Was 1984 that book 1984 that world they lived in? Was Big Brother really that bad? Because that's what they were doing. They're like, you can't like if you said if you can't say this, you can't say that, and it's just like damn, like
some of these thoughts need policing.
So yeah, some of these thoughts need policing. Like, am I a fuck like? Am I a fascist because it's like I think that people like damn maybe I need to just check myself. And that's where,
and then there's a balance between checking yourself and still being a funny comedian, because now we're all working out of fear. Like everything you post, you're like, is this a problem? Whereas like 10 years ago, no one would have thought about that. And then you're like, why is the whole world my audience? And I'm not being someone who's like, I want to say the N-word. It's like literally like, why do I have to think about any sort of backlash when I'm a comedian and I don't have even that many Twitter followers, but anything can blow up.
Yeah. Can you play When to Say Can you play When to Say When by Drake? Just to have some shit in the back.
Oh yeah.
I think also it's kind of like that's why what I've been trying to do. I was on Twitter just getting pissed about this last night where it's just like I hate social media because I can't express myself the way I want to. And like somebody was like, why? It's like I don't have the freedom. Not because like I want to say wild shit, but it's just like on stage, I just like the idea of like building context to my thoughts. Instead of just being like, here's a joke. I like being like, all right. I like telling jokes. I like to break, like I've been spending a lot of time being analytical and deconstructing myself so that I can reconstruct myself in a way of just like, all right, everything I'm saying, you can tell it's coming from my point of view.
Right.
So I'm not necessarily making a joke about this thing. I'm making, this is a joke about how I feel about this thing. And I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm saying how I fucking feel. Right. So I'd rather lay my fucking shame and shit in front of you. Like, here's a story about me lying about having sex with a girl. Now I can go and tell you the story about how I feel about this. It's like she can be like, at the end of the day, you're like, who the fuck are you? You lie on pussy. Shut up. It's like, all right.
Right.
Like, I'm the smartest. I'm not a good person.
Right.
And breaking it down from there. So just being like, here's my thoughts on people. Like, no, I'm a bad person. And here are my thoughts.
Right.
If you want to hear me say, if you want to hear my thoughts, you gotta get past the fact that I'm a bad person.
Right. That's why stand-up's the best.
Stand-up is the shit.
The audience isn't, they're just ready to laugh, and you can build a set around that, and you can, whereas Twitter is just like a one-liner.
Yeah.
And for the most part, people don't know you.
People don't know you, and people are actively, and like if you have a good tweet, people are actively like, I can have a better tweet over it.
I know that everyone's tagging each other.
What's
going on here?
Or it's just like, oh, here's like you said this. Well, what about this? And it's like, damn. Now you got now you got 10,000 retweets over that shit, and you're just like, damn. And that person's like, they're like, hey, what about this? 10,000 retweets, and then under it's like, hey, let me just promote this. Since it's going viral, let me promote. Here's my art, or here's this. And it's like, son of a, you used me to sell your shit.
You used me.
Yeah, I went like
very exhausting.
I felt bad. It's happened over the summer. I had a tweet that went stupid. That went crazy viral, and I felt bad because it was me doing that to somebody, and I felt so bad.
Oh, okay.
I was like, damn, I become the thing I hate, because it was like this guy posted a picture, and I was like, nah, fuck that, and people were like, oh my god, that response is so perfect, and I was like, damn, I'm just I'm the worst.
One of my most viral Twitters was when I made fun of someone for going to the library for the first time.
Oh, I remember that.
And it was, I can't emphasize, I thought it would be like 20 likes. I thought it was like a funny thing just for my people who follow me. 200,000 likes later, people call me a cunt. I'm like, they're like, you don't know the access, this woman, how exciting it is to discover the library for the first time. I was like, but I can't convey to you that this woman is so wealthy. She has historic wealth in the town we were raised in, the town that had a very robust library. But I'm not going to go up and say all of that because you already are mad at me.
Yeah, they're mad. Yeah,
it's just.
Yeah, they're mad.
People like, go ahead.
No, go ahead. This is your story.
Well, people are just like punching down isn't cool, and it blew my mind. And I think after that, I was like, literally, fuck all of you, and anything you say is just like so wrong because it became, what's it called, like posturing and trying to virtue signal that's signal.
Yeah, virtue signal. Yeah,
and just people. Like different blue check white women being like punching down isn't cool, and that 10,000 likes for Molly, like all these people.
No, white
this is
people...
actually very exciting discovering the library. I support this woman. It was just like, oh wow, this.
I'm actually having my memory erased so I can just rediscover the library tomorrow.
Right.
Fucking.
It was so crazy. It blew my mind.
White people just don't like each other and don't want to see each other happy.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, I feel sorry for white people, but it's just like, at the end of the day, nobody wants to see you be happy about anything. Like, as a nigga, as a black person, I could be like, hey guys, I got this new job. Everyone's like, congrats. You post, you got some new shit. Everyone hates you.
Right.
Black people are like, fuck you. White people are like, fuck you. Like, who's happy for you? Nobody.
I know. I remember in like, I don't know, June 2020, there was a tweet that was like, white people, if you tweet about your career advancements this year, you are a bad person.
Yeah. And you know what? I agree with that. I don't want to see white people be happy. What the fuck you mean?
You got to keep it on the DL.
You gotta keep that shit low. I don't like seeing you happy. Fuck you.
I know.
I see you do shit. I'm like, oh, fuck Maddy, just being happy. Nah, it's like I'm not. I mean, like I'm your friend. I'm like, of course, but it's like I'm at the barbershop watching Wildin' Out. My barber's cutting my hair. You come up, you start laughing. I'm like this fucking bitch.
Oh come on!
Almost ruined my.
You message me. How do I get an audition?
Yeah, how do I do that? Oh my god, I don't. Somebody like my manager was like, "Do you want to audition for Wildin' Out?" I was like, "God no, I could never do that."
It's really hard.
Yeah, and that shit looks so hard. It looks terrifying every single time, and I'm just like, yo, you do that shit, and they actually like they like you. It looks like.
Yeah, I'm thankful to. I don't know. I think I'm just easy to get along with, and I think that the roast battles helped with just like dishing it out and also taking it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, if you can just do that and kind of also just like keep up, because if you can't, then it's over.
Oh yeah, that's why
if you can keep up and dish out some lines, then they're like, what?
That's what I've heard.
Usually go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're talking about your career, your shit.
I know, I'm getting talked over by a man.
Yeah.
Do I need to cancel you?
Tawanda,
no fucks given.
Stop judging down, Tawanda.
I think usually the white people on Wildin' Out are more just like props, but I actually have roasted before. Or you're kind of like Justina and you're more of
a rapper,
seasoned white person.
Yeah.
But I think Nick, the first kind of like, Nick,
can you play the song Wild Out by the Locks?
I'm sorry, but the phrase seasoned white person is probably
that's just a seasoned white person. A seasoned white person is just somebody from Portugal, nigga. That's all that is. You all know that shit.
So Tom Hanks is a seasoned white person?
I wouldn't call Tom Hanks. Yeah. I would call like...
He's Portuguese.
Shut the fuck up, really?
What? Is he? I did not know that.
Oh, I didn't learn something today. But like, yeah, so Wildin' Out, that shit like just like stress. But then like, I've seen people go on and like just disappear.
It's a hard... Yeah, I think like once you get on the show, you forget you also have to like grind throughout the whole season. And then also once the episodes come out, you have to continue churning out stuff. Like they want you to be that Wildin' Out cast member, but then they also want you to do a million other things.
Yeah.
Or else your shit will drop off.
I used to watch like before, like when the season's about to start or whatever, and y'all are taping and shit, just all y'all like walking out to the stage. It looks like y'all about to go to a war. Everyone's just like, no one's smiling. Everyone's like, all right, let's do this shit. I'm like, oh damn, that's fucking terrifying, bro.
It's a really stressful environment. They squeeze like 26 episodes into 2 weeks, not even like a week and a half. And
Wow.
so leading up to the episodes, you wake up early, spend 2 hours in hair and makeup, and get yourself prepared so that by the time you're shooting, it's 5 p.m. and you're starving because you forgot to eat. And you're just like, let's get this done because I'm fucking hungry.
I love it. That's still super dope. But you did that shit. We just had Reggie Conquest on the show, I think like 2 weeks ago.
Shit.
And he was just like auditioned, and I tried to freestyle, and it was so terrible. So they asked you to rap. I just couldn't.
Yes. They ask you to rap, and like the people get the mics, and they're like, you? I don't like you. And you? I don't like you either. And people are like, let me get the mic. And then they're like, yeah, and then they think they can, like, most people think they can freestyle, but once they get that mic in their hands, they're like, oh shit.
It's different.
Yo, I don't want that. Yeah. That shit scares me. I'm just like, I just want to go on stage and talk about my anxiety, and that's not
totally.
And also, it's like, I'm like, I don't want, because my name is Tawanda too. That'd just be a fucking disaster. I want now, I'd be fucking done. Because Chico's mom's name is Tawanda.
Oh yeah, they would for sure go in on.
They would. I don't want to meet this. I don't like. I remember my friends like the 85 South show, which I fucking love. They came to New York. My man was like, "Yo, we're going for your birthday. We're sitting front row," and I was like, "Are you out of your fucking mind?"
Right. They bring you on stage, roast everything about you.
Yeah, and I can't be funny back.
No, don't. You can't even talk because they will destroy you.
Yeah, I was like, these people will eat me a lot.
You just gotta laugh and do this.
And then they'll make fun of your laugh. And oh my god, my nightmare. My nightmare would be if they asked me to be on there, and then they just make fun of me the whole time.
What, 85?
Yeah.
I think you could hang with them. Like you work, but you actually know them. I guess.
True, but those are your coworkers. Together is like the three of them is like a power group that like such a rhythm that Carlos is so funny and then DC would just like they just have such great chemistry.
And I want DC to just I want the next Friday movie to be like Smokey comes back, saved from the Lord, and he finds that he has a son, and he sees DC, and it's like, oh shit. That's what I want. Also, Rob Hayes is just on 85 South Show. This like he was just on, so I can't wait to watch that shit.
Rob Hayes is hilarious.
Rob Hayes is so fucking funny. It's scary. I get scared.
I didn't know they had him on.
Yeah, they had him on. Yeah, he's on the YouTube episode just dropped. And I'm like, Rob is so funny. It really does scare the shit out of me. Like I was I was dating this girl or whatever, and I was talking to her, and I was trying to impress her with shit like, oh, let's do this, let's do that. She's like, oh, okay. And then she was like, wait, you know Rob Hayes? And I was like,
right. 2020 version of that. Someone followed me at a show, and they said, wait, Sarah Cooper follows you?
Wow.
That's the word. Yo, that's the word shit. Like
we can obviously edit that out, but that was like the 2020 version. I was like, oh god damn it.
Yeah, I get that all the time, bro. I remember this happened once, and this happened, and it's still like, I'm 90% sure it was racist. I'm 90% sure. I'm not sure. All right. So I had a friend in college, right, named Sean. Sean, good dude. You know what I mean? Good, rich, white, beautiful man. So definitely Republican. There's no doubt. Dad was a cop. Like. It'd be more evil if he was a Democrat. Like, how dare you go against everything you are? That's not
all this history.
All this history. You're disrespecting your ancestors, your slave owning ancestors, whatever. But anyway,
defund the police. Okay, I'll see about your allowance then.
Exactly. But like, I love him. But I love him and shit. I love him to death. But anyway, I go out there with my homie Sam. We go out to like his, I think it was like July 4th, like birthday party shit. And we're there, and me and her just talking shit with his whole family. They're all dying laughing because they're like, oh my God, this is so fun. Then flash forward like a year or two later, Sean calls me. He's like, hey, bro, what's going on? What you doing? I'm like, I'm just chilling. Like, oh, you want to come over? Like, yeah, go to his house. He drives me to his uncle's house, right? I go to his uncle's house, and I see his whole family just sitting there. And they're all just like, hey, Tawanda, so where's Sam at? And I was like, wait, what? And I looked around. And I was like, they were waiting for us to come and entertain them.
Wow.
Right.
But since I didn't come with Sam, they were disappointed.
Oh my gosh.
And I was just like, yeah, bro, I'm just gonna order an Uber and leave because I don't want to be around this. So to be the racist entertainment and to find out that you're not the top bill person that they want to see,
right,
was so humbling.
Totally. They're like, is the headliner here?
The headliner is just are you just gonna stretch? Can you like do their jokes at least?
Yeah, can you do a couple hours and we'll see if she gets here?
Yeah, I'll text her and see where she's at. She's in traffic.
Yeah.
Oh dude. Man, that's fucking comedy is just taking so much of my soul and so much of my spirit.
I know. It's so, and then I'm like, oh, I can't go back to an office because everything's online and I would never get hired again.
Yeah, after saying all this shit, I've been on podcast, like I've been online, like just tweeting and writing and just saying, like on my, I can't apply for a job now when you can go and Google search the podcast and hear me talk about peeing on people. I can't work there.
Right. I would hire you for that reason. But I know it would be
I'd fuck with that. Like, shout out to the job was like, yo, we know, like, if job was like, hey, yo, we know all your shit. We know who you are, what you're about, who you dream to be. We just want you to, like, can you just do work here for like 4 or 5 hours? Do your thing. And then we'll pay you. Just like go do what you got to do, but just work here. Just give us your energy here when you can. And after that, do whatever the fuck you want. The man jobs are just like, hey, so we're having a happy hour after work. I can't, I'm busy. You sure you missed you've missed like the last 3 happy hours? Is everything okay? Like now I gotta go to work again.
Right.
And get drunk. Like, that's fucking stupid.
I've never understood the happy hour. Like, I don't want to be around y'all sober. You don't want to be around me drunk.
Right. I don't want to drink. I don't want to spend any of my free time around you. I'm leaving.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm going home to be around my actual friends, and I'm assuming you guys, you're gonna do the same. Like I might like
happy hours. They try to convince you. They trick you because you drink around them, and then you warm up and you chat and you become closer. That's what your job wants. Is to get that liquid courage and hang out with each other more. Oh. Kind of place that calls your employees family.
They call us family all the time.
We're family here. We are not.
You are not my family.
Yo,
did you come to my funeral? Didn't think so.
Right. Exactly. My family doesn't pay me to be there. The only reason I'm here is because you're paying me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be at my old job encouraging people. Were like, people were like talking to me like they trust me. I'm like, I'd encourage them to quit. Like, just fucking quit, bro.
Yeah.
Do you really need this shit? Just fucking get the fuck out. Like I was or like I remember it was my second happy hour there, right? Second happy hour. And what happened before this was we were in a meeting, like it was a family, like we were in like a party planning meeting or whatever. And the CEO was like, what if we go like knife throwing? And I was like, who are you trying to be, Batman, nigga? And I was like, oh shit. Then I tweeted about it and it went super viral. Like I got like 80,000. It was like, I was like,
oh my gosh.
I gotta like tell people because they didn't know this, but I had to like tell them. So we had like a happy hour joint. And I was like, hey guys, I got a confession to make. I accidentally called the CEO a nigga and I went super viral off that. I just want to let you know that I say nigga like a lot and I'm not gonna stop.
What they say?
They're like, okay. I was like,
like we do too.
Like, welcome,
like,
welcome.
Tawanda, anything new? It's called a startup.
It's called a startup, bro. What do you think we do?
Totally unfazed.
Yeah, I used to be in like my one-on-ones with my manager, and we talk about like hate speech and shit like that on the app. And I'd be like, yeah, all right, I just want to know something. So I was talking about hate speech, and like, company, like, because the startup was going corporate and shit. And they were like, all right, so we have these new decorum and how we should dress and stuff like that. I just gotta know, like, the slur uses, right? I say nigga like a lot. Does that count? Right. And she was like, no. And I was like, all right, we good.
Well, what if she was like, no, for all employees?
Yeah. No, dude, that's part of our work language.
Anybody can say it. You didn't read the employee manual? Yeah. We started it off with that. Like, what's up, nigga?
I used to say
that's like the company's name.
Yo, I used to be like so blatant. Like I remember like we had like because I was the only black dude there for a while. So anytime like a black person would come in who I knew was down, I would just like I became a whole. They didn't know who I was, and they're just like, oh shit.
Right.
what is so Tawanda? Who's your friend? I don't know this nigga. He just popped up. Like, oh, okay, yeah. And it's like, I was never slow to remind them like I do more than this.
Yes.
But I was good at my job. Totally. So you can't say that. I mean, I was good till I wasn't. And when I wasn't, I was pretty bad.
Oh, there's such a contrast between being good part of your job and being bad. I was multitasking like a motherfucker when I was good at my job. People were like, "You're so awesome. You're moving up here." And then the minute it was over, it was so over. I was losing money. I was like forgetting to send checks. It was so bad.
Oh, it's so bad.
And then you got to meet with them and lie about where you see yourself in the company in 5 years. Oh, so what would you like? God. Oh yeah, I definitely want to advance, and I'll take whatever trainings.
No, I told them from Jump Street. Like, I used to tell them I don't want to advance at all. Like, hey,
that's what you should do, because otherwise they're very confused by a mid-20s person with no interest in moving up at all. And they don't know why they wouldn't want to move up at all in their company.
It's like, so like, you want to be a manager? I was like, no. What about a raise? No. I was like, I don't want. To the point I was even like, yo, I'm actually like, how you feel about raises? And I was like, honestly, I'm not crazy about that, because if you're giving me more money, you're expecting me to do more shit.
Right.
And they were just like, huh?
Totally.
They were so confused. True. All right, we gotta play one more song and we gotta get out of here. So, what's the song you want to hear? And what's the song that just whatever?
Me or anyone here?
You can. It's you. You're the guest.
You know what song I like? No, you pick one. You're cooler than me. Or I'll pick one from my.
Let
me think.
You be rapping on MTV.
I know. Give me 1 second.
You have bars. People bomb the fucking rapping portion. They're like, oh my god, this chick can rap, and that's what
they bomb more than you can even see, because they cut so much out of the episode too.
Yeah, and you're out here doing shit. That's great.
Okay, then.
But you're cooler than me. Fuck it.
And that I'm so fucking lame. How about we play a new song from the Megan Thee Stallion album?
All right, as long as it's not Don't Stop, because that's
not Body.
Not Body. Don't Stop or Body both piss me off.
Okay, let's do Circles.
All right. Which one's the Circles again?
It's this one.
It's got a nice beat to it.
Oh yeah. There are a few songs on this album that I really liked a lot. And there's some songs
this one's got a good beat.
Yeah. Oh man.
What do you guys think of Megan Thee Stallion?
I love her.
I like her. I like her a lot.
She's pretty cool.
She's pretty cool.
She works really hard.
She works super hard. I think that musically, I haven't been crazy about everything she's dropped in the past year or so. But honestly, what I see it is like when the artist that I first liked, I liked when she first dropped, because it's like she's like a new artist, hungry, and like I want to do this. And then they realized how she was sellable, and now because of her marketability, she has to make different kinds of music and shit. It's kind of like watching like a LeBron start, where it's just like, all right, we have high expectations for you, so you have to do this shit. And I feel like with the expectations she has to sell it. She can't be like I sold 50,000 copies. She has to be like, I went platinum.
Yeah,
that's her track. So it's just like,
yeah.
And I think the difference was like with a Cardi's not a great rapper, but like she knew her marketability so well, because her marketability was based off of who she was as a person. While Megan, I feel like, I don't know if they know it's about her as a person. So it's like, they're just like, how about you do this song and this song and this song? It's like, no, I want like, she's great. I think she's amazing. I still am mad at Tory Lanez. I'll never forgive him for that shit. She says obscure sexual things that like scare me, but I'm just like, I'm like, oh shit, like
you're like, what? You have to like close the blinds and pretend it didn't happen.
Just close your house coat, like
you're like, oh, is that a draft?
No, yeah. Like, I like that. You like clutch your pearls. Like what?
Yeah. You're clutching for
Oh my.
Totally.
I'm just like, I'm glad that I don't like. I listen to her. I don't have a girlfriend because if I had a girlfriend, it'd be so awkward for both of us. Because I'd be listening to her. I'd be listening to the song. Like, all right, can you do anything? She just like part.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
I know. She's like, suck that, lick me up and down, lick my booty hole, and you're just like, I'll do missionary.
Yeah, you can missionary.
Stay with How do you feel about doggy style? That's as far as I can go.
Yeah.
Lights on.
Lights on. Can we have the lights off? Actually,
I love the lights off.
Oh, lights on. Yeah, it's like you're safe. Nobody can see you like be disappointed or just like embarrassed.
Right.
You just feel comfortable. Like instead of being lights on, you're just like, what's happening?
Totally.
Yeah, but yo, Maddy, thanks you for doing the show. We really appreciate.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Of course,
so
Maddy. Yeah, always fun. Always fun. Always the homie. I really appreciate our friendship since Memphis.
I know, dude. That was so crazy.
We
were there.
Yeah, that was a wild period of time where
we talk about this every time.
Because it was like every time we see each other, it's like Memphis, right? Like, yeah.
It was so weird. It was like early on in comedy when you're like, I got accepted into a festival. Hell yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, that's
you get there and you're like, oh, okay.
For me, it was like I had just done like Bridgetown, like maybe like I think the year before in Bridgetown, like, this is the best festival. That's not jam. Right. So I'm like walking around, like, all right, I know this festival shit. And I come to this, I'm like, what the fuck is?
Dude, Nick, it was so bad.
Oh, really?
I feel bad saying that because
the shows weren't bad. The shows weren't bad. It was just like the city just has poor infrastructure.
I see.
Yeah, and they like. I feel like they could have offered more shows or something. It felt like a long trip for 2 8-minute spots and a roast battle.
Yeah, I've done these kind of festivals.
You're just wandering. You've gone to every place in Memphis on the first night, and then you're like, "Fuck, I got 2 more days in Memphis. I guess I'll go to the MLK place, the Civil Rights Museum twice." And you're like, "Okay,
I'm gonna go to Central Barbecue again."
I know, and then by the time you're done, you're like, I never want to eat pulled pork ever
again. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to do that shit. We're staying in a fucking we're staying in a church hostel, and there was a day. You left, but like I was like, I remember I woke up. I'm just like, I got home. I went to the Memphis. Somehow what I did that was crazy is I got an invite to the Nike factory in Memphis. The Nike factory store. Yeah, there's a huge store because I was on the plane ride there. I saw a dude and I was like, oh, and the dude sitting next to me had on some Jordan 1 black toes. I was like, oh, he had the Jordan 1 black toes. Those are dope. And he's like, oh, you got these. And we start talking about sneakers. He's like, yeah, man, I work at the Nike store. I work at Nike. Hit me up when you're down there. I get out there. I go to the Nike factory, which is so big. It's like literally like a mile around. And Memphis didn't have fucking side. Memphis is one of those places where you realize how good taxes are.
Yes.
Because it was like, bro, it's this place with no taxes. The taxes are so shit. So it's like, there's no sidewalks. And I'm like walking.
Is for sure a car-based town.
I'm walking a mile around this factory to get to the secret store. And the secret store was just like, all right, who brought you in? What's the email? Hey, just be sure. You can't wear anything Adidas, anything of any other company in the store whatsoever. At one point, this woman came in with her son. Her son was like 8 years old, had on some Adidas track pants, and they were just like, "Yeah, he can't wear those in the store."
What the fuck?
And she had to be a mom and be like, "You're trying to tell me my 8-year-old son has to walk around your store pantsless?" 15 minutes later, they let him in 15 minutes later. But it was
some policy.
Yeah, it was fucking insane. So that was cool. But then going back to that hostel, I remember I'm sitting down. I hear there's a black box theater in this church. So I hear people doing Death of a Salesman in one room. Then in the middle room, there's a meeting of of high school kids in GLAAD, like the Gay and Lesbian Alliance. And I hear them talking. Then another room, I hear comics just like snoring and coughing and shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on in my life, bro? There were 2 showers.
Yeah.
2 showers, which were like 8 doors down.
Dude, it was Sally Ann and Holland and I got there and we looked around and we were like, we're not staying here. And we got a hotel. So we spent so much. Well, actually, Sally Ann's boss pulled through. I don't know, sugar daddy situation and paid for a hotel, but
God bless it,
but it was, they tricked us. They said we got living for you, and it was wooden beds in a church.
It was like group
wild.
home shit. It was group home, dark, dang. But then we did our show together, which was like okay.
The brewery one.
Yeah, which was like, but it was like, this is gentrified, man. This is like
I know people are playing cornhole. Yeah. They're like, oh my god,
like, oh my god,
their kids so running around.
Yeah, it's like the rest of the city does not look like this, and this is really just depressing. But I went to a speakeasy after our spot. Like, we have a speakeasy. I was like, what? All right, let me go see what this is about. And it was just like chicken wings on paper plates. So shout out to Memphis. Shout out to Memphis. Shout
out to Memphis. Keep doing you.
Yeah, keep doing y'all. I met some cool people out there though. It was dope. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Young Dolph. Shout out to 36 Mafia. Shout out to Key Glock. Shout out to all them niggas. All right, Maddy, thanks again for doing the show. Really appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having me. And I'm gonna stop recording.
Yeah, and we're gonna start recording now. Excellent. Thank you so much.